wonderful world. It's Jennifer at Eureka Astrology and Healing, and today we're on video 10 of our Moon Mindfulness Challenge. Today we are in a Libra waning moon. Libra is a cardinal sign and it is an air sign, just for a little bit of information there. And I just want to do a little bit of a check-in before I do my check-in, and just saying that we're almost done with the round of the 12 signs for this first month. And I'm going to continue on, and with each month I'm going to feature something different with that sign. So one month it might be an association of gemstones, one month it might be an association of herbs, one month it might be association of cell salts, and also one month maybe talking about the actual meaning of the symbol of the sign. But I'm going to try and do this for a whole year, so I'm going to try and bring a little bit of information in instead of saying what you can do every single time every month, so it's not repetitive, and I hope it brings a little bit of information to you. That being said, with the Libra waning moon, I do feel like overall, just thinking about the energy of the moon right now, waning, energy kind of decreasing, but I also feel like reaping the rewards of the things you've done. And in this case, if you want to think about it with Libra, potentially some of the relationship work you've done or balancing the energies in your life, that kind of work. But the moon has been in Libra for it's not even been a full day. So I haven't got to sit with it fully, completely. But what I can say, and this is my main impression because I don't have a whole lot this time, is a sense of peace and of quiet. And I don't know if that has to do with the season that we're in as well. With winter, it's cold and it's just snowed and it's beautiful outside and everyone's just kind of taking a moment. And I hope that maybe that Libra energy is kind of contributing to it, just saying like, all right, there's some balance here, balance in doing, balance in resting. That's really my main impression. So what can we do on the Libra moon? And it doesn't have to be just this month, it can be any month. What are some of those energies that you can really tap into? So the first key thought I had was emotional balance. Libra's known for balance. It's bringing things into perspective, weighing both sides, gathering that information, and creating just harmony in your life. It also rules beauty. Venus is the planet that rules it, and it wants to have harmony, peace. Where can you find emotional balance where maybe your emotions sometimes, depending on the person, can go to extreme, and that can be very hard on a person and those around them and their relationships, but finding how can you bring yourself back to center when you find yourself going to an extreme. The next thing I think of is emotional beauty. That can be very complex. Beauty is very diverse and there's no one thing that is beauty, but finding the beauty in yourself first. That's where beauty starts, is from within. And when you find your beauty and you accept your beauty, it shines and radiates the world. So finding your beauty, and especially with the emotions, what's beautiful about how you respond emotionally, depending on what moon you have natally, you may have a more predisposition set pattern to your emotions. And sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not fun, sometimes it can be challenging, right? But maybe finding the beauty in how you respond to things and who you are and accepting that. It's a good thing to do. Things to potentially avoid: second guessing yourself. With Libra, it thinks a lot and it's thinking to make a judgment, right? A good judgment call to find that balance. But if you keep wanting to pull in information and you're not quite certain because you think you need more, need to know more, and or feel like if you make a decision, it may cause disharmony within your life or those around you, or create things that are not so beautiful. Sometimes Libras will, I shouldn't say Libras, the Libra energy can hold back a little bit on making a decision because it's a little bit fearful of the disharmony that could come. So don't be afraid to make a decision. If you really want to and use astrology to your benefit, you can wait. It's about another day and a half that it'll move into Scorpio, and you can sit here and weigh your information and then maybe take action when the moon goes into Scorpio, because Scorpio can eliminate things that no longer serve somebody and need to be let go of. And so if you really are gathering information and then you hit that Scorpio moon, you can go and look at that information and see what needs to be eliminated. And usually by that elimination, you can make a decision going, okay, I know clearly now what needs to go. But if you need to make a decision, and especially emotional decisions, don't hold back if you need to, because you can't put your life on hold for astrology. Things to think about, aspects today, there are several. And it's interesting that I think it's a kind of the universe aligns itself. And so today the moon is in Libra and it opposes Chiron in Aries. And so this is an axis of the self versus the other. Libra being the other or relating to another or others, and Aries is very much about, it's not, I mean, you could call it a relationship with yourself, but really what the self needs, you know, and maybe putting aside what others need to make sure that you survive and that you're okay before others. And so this is an opposition. This energy today can maybe feel like you need to do what you need to do for yourself, and it maybe cause a little disharmony within the relationships around you, or trying to find balance. Maybe you're just trying to find balance, like I need X, Y, Z, but I'm also trying to consider this other person in my life or people, and you know, it can be a little bit hard and challenging. So just being kind to yourself and to others and trying to find, you know, an equitable solution. But in the end, you have to take care of yourself first. And with that Libra energy, the Libra energy can often sacrifice its needs, emotional needs, physical needs, to make sure the boat is not rocked, so that there's peace, because Libra likes that harmony and that feeling, right? Venus loves to feel good. And if someone says, no, I'm not going to do this, and then there's repercussions, maybe the relationship is broken off or things are taken away from the person, especially emotionally, it could be hard. But in the end, you've got to do what you need to do to make sure that you are taken care of first. Because if you aren't taken care of first, you cannot show up into a relationship, into a healthy relationship. So it's a little bit of a dynamic, but it's a good one to review always. We're always trying to find that balance. On the other end of it now, if you're someone who naturally only thinks about themselves and when it comes to other relationships and does not care what happens to the other people in those relationships or their needs, this might be a time to actually consider what they need, and maybe like learning to, you know, find a relationship in a healthy way and find the balance in those relationships, because you don't want to go to any extreme in Libra. Balance, right? So finding that center. The next thing that we have, as far as an aspect, is the moon is square Venus, and Venus is retrograde. It's in Capricorn, and I had to sit with this for a little bit and trying to find wording for it. And what did I have written down here? What you may desire may not be what the authorities desire or what the institute desires. You know, Venus is reassessing that, and Libra has desires as well, and Libra's wanting that emotional balance, that, you know, beauty. And then Venus itself is in Capricorn going, I don't know if I personally care for what's going on here. And so it's definitely time to think about, you know, what you need for your balance, and does it fit in with the larger institutions? It might not, and that's okay. But it's definitely something to assess, and it may be a little bit hard because there are institutions and larger structures all around us doing a lot of things in our lives, and sometimes we may not like it. So how can you work with it? Or maybe how do you have to stand up against it as well? Rocking the boat, maybe you have to rock the boat. Venus doesn't like it, but you know, there's a lot of injustices in this world, and you know, if we don't say something or do something, they will not change. So that's definitely an energy to think about, maybe butting heads a little bit with authority and what you want for your life. Then the last aspect today itself is the moon is trine Saturn. And it's a really harmonious energy. And so Saturn rules responsibilities. And so I see this as, emotional responsibilities to the community, to the collective. How can you personally bring balance and harmony and beauty into the bigger picture, into making a better world? You know, it's Aquarius is where Saturn is at, and this world is being restructured. And a great way to do this is actually by creating. Maybe you want to do something with digital media. You know, those are two air signs: connect, 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 connect. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's making videos, maybe it's making some piece of art, but it can be anything really. How are you going to help create a beauty and a balance in the larger collective? Or what beauty do you have that you can bring to the collective? And just as a note, I forgot to say it's January 23rd, 2022, just as a mindset. And with that, I think we've checked in with everything. My name is Jennifer Helmer with Eureka Astrology and Healing. If you like this, like, subscribe. If you want to know more about my other services, my herbal services or my astrology readings, go to eurekaastrologyandhealing.com for the full list of things you can do. Ciao for now.